Oh, we are live. Oh, we are live. Oh, good. All right, here we go. I don't know where Jeff went, but we're live here at St. Michael Albertville Ice Arena as the STMA Knights take on the Wayzata Trojans. Wayzata comes in with a 12-0-2 record to take on the St. Michael Albertville Knights, are 3-9. I'll run through some line combos here for you so you can get used to them as the game goes, but it looks like Wayzata will have Luke Miller, Caden D. St. Hubert, and Brooks Gangler as a line. Reese Wallen, Eli Moldy, and Jake Matson. Max Lukey, Cole Allison, and Ben Karen. Their D partners are Finn D. St. Hubert, Hawk Huff, Carson Clark, George Erickson, Alex Score, and Ben Turek. STMA line combos, I believe, are going to be Tanner Esterberg, Caleb Waller, Remy Lobitz, Owen Vulcan and Levi Antoine and Braden Waller, Aiden Hogan, Cohen Kingren, and Alex Hernandez, Reese Erickson, Henry Postuma, Jacob Bateson, and the D partners are going to be Jackson Cross, Jake Dinius, Jack Johnson, Blake Couillette, Easton Monahan, and Caden Clark. In goal tonight for the Knights will be number 30, Noah Sutliff. We're going to be joined here by the Wayzata assistant coach, Miles Deeth. He's going to step up here and join us before the start of the game. I believe he's left the bench from warm-ups and on his way up right now. So we'll interview Miles Deeth before the game starts here. It's a cold night outside, but nice and warm here under the heater on my little box porch here up here. We got Dylan running the technology for us. He might sneak in a game of Frogger or Pac-Man. Maybe get into Space Invaders. And I see Miles coming here right now, so we're going to grab the other headset. Get Miles Deeth on the air here. Miles, thank you for joining us. Can you hear me right now? I can. So just so you know how this works, you can hear me, I can't hear you. So, oh, really? Yeah, so I have to listen really good. There we go. All right, I think we're good now. So we're joined by Miles Deeth here, assistant coach for the Wayzata Trojans. Miles, thank you for joining us quickly. Why don't you tell us a little bit how the season's been going so far for the Trojans? You guys are 12-0-2 on the year as we enter kind of the majority now of late conference play. But how's the season been going overall for you guys?
Well, obviously the record speaks for itself. I mean, it's been a lot of success, and we have a lot of seniors on the squad this year. It's probably one of our deepest and most talented groups that we've had at Wayzata in my 5 years at the school. So it's just been a lot of fun every day coming to practice and having a good time.
You guys always have goals to get to that section championship, state tournament, win the Lake Conference. What's it going to take for the Trojans to do that this year?
Well, to be honest, the first thing is sort of a secondary goal for us. We're kind of focused on getting to that section title every single year. That being said, we've tried to take it one day at a time this year and focus on what we're doing, some of the details that we're trying to implement that will help us in postseason play. So we're kind of not thinking about that yet, but as we get into the season, it'll creep up on us.
And you had mentioned earlier that this is a very deep team. Is this maybe the deepest Wayzata team we've seen in many years? Typically, Wayzata is probably wrongfully known for playing a certain style of game, but this has to be one of the most offensive-minded teams you've had. Is that true?
Yeah, and I think that's sometimes misrepresented in the local media that we kind of just pack it in and block shots. I think obviously playing a 200-foot game is really important to us, but our talent and skill and our speed really has taken over this year and allowed us to score as many goals as we have. But as far as deep teams go, I mean, I played on a 2011 team that was pretty deep. Didn't quite have the third line I think we do this year. And then obviously have to bring up the 2016 team as a complete team that year.
And I know you are the hockey operations director at the youth program, and I've seen this on the high school kids, youth kids all over the place. The Wayzata Way. Why don't you tell the audience what does it mean by the Wayzata Way? What does that stand for?
Well, it was something that was developed in 2013, I think the second year that Pat took over the program, along with his assistant coach at the time, Mark Sorensen. And it was basically a set of values that we wanted throughout the youth association, both on the boys and girls side, that kind of connected us through to the high school. So that when kids were out in the community and you saw a Wayzata kid, you would think you would know what you're getting and what kind of values they were bringing. So that's kind of how it started.
And last question, you weren't expecting this one, but I understand you played defense back in the day for the Trojans. Is that correct?
I did. I graduated in 2012, and Pat was in his first year as the head coach.
So is there a play that you can remember as a defenseman that still haunts you to today? Maybe a big goal that you gave up in a section game or a conference game. Why don't you tell me about that? Everybody always talks about the first goal or the great play. Tell me the play that haunts you still today when you were playing defense for the Wayzata Trojans.
So this is a super easy one. In the section final at Mariucci in 2011, back on the big sheet, there's a lot of room nets, right? The puck gets dumped into the left corner, and I call for a D-to-D pass from my partner. And because of that different space that we wasn't used to, he threw the puck actually off of our goalie's skate and into our own net, and we ended up losing in overtime. So
you will remember that one forever. Hey,
yes.
Miles, thank you for joining us. I'll let you get down to the locker room. We'll see what kind of battle St. Michael can give you guys tonight, but good luck the rest of the year, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for all you're doing to enhance the experience.
Reminder, this game is being played under the authority of the Minnesota State High School League. Good sportsmanship is the responsibility of players, coaches, and fans. I'd like to make sure to recognize our administrative staff. I'd like to thank our superintendent, Dr. Anne-Marie Foucault. Principal for STMA High School is John Reeves. Our activities director is Keith Cornell. Our athletic trainer is Karen Scully. Head coach of the Knights is Jake Hinderman. Assistant coaches are Austin Hill, Chad Peterson, Charlie Kuzmark, Nick Catola, and Derek Bishop. Student managers of the Knights are Bryn Powell, Delaney Barthel, Olivia Sutcliffe, and Maverick Kneef. So both teams clearing the ice now. So in about 11 minutes, a little less than that, we will have the Mites from the Gold B Capitals. They'll make it onto the ice and make their way over to the bench. And we will have our junior captain skating around.
Dylan's teaching me the ropes on how to mute and unmute the headset here, so you might have heard us talking a little bit over the tutorial. But Zambonis are just about done here. A little double Zamboni action. Xcel Energy Center, Mariucci. We run big time here in St. Michael. We don't waste time. We get those Zambonis on the ice quickly and get going. Wayzata, as I said, comes in with a 12-0-2 record. I believe they are ranked number 2 in the state. If not, a 1B to Minnetonka being 1A, as the two of them tied earlier this year. I believe it was a 1-1 tie when they played over the holidays. St. Michael Albertville comes in with a 3-9 record. This will be our first late conference game of the year. And the Knights will then travel to Eden Prairie on Saturday, as it's a late conference heavy schedule here the second half of the season. The JV team lost 8-0. Shots on net were 46 or 48-3, I believe. My partner asked me how this one's going to fare, and I would look at this as similar to the 1980 Olympic team playing the Russians, Jeff. So there's always a chance. Play them 100 times, they might beat you 99, but this one, you never know. If you were to talk gambling or gamble in this game, Wayzata would be the heavy favorite. Probably about minus 4,000. Yeah, Wayzata is number 2 in the state, 12-0-2. Right behind Minnetonka. Wayzata would be the heavy favorite in the gambling world. Probably minus 5,000. But they have to play the game, Jeff, so that means anything can happen.
I'm hoping this is any given Thursday.
And I kind of look at a game like this as always a fun one to play the best, right? You always want to play the best, so you get to put it on your schedule that we're playing the number 2 team in the state. Later on, we're going to play Minnetonka twice, the number 1 team in the state. And we're going to get Edina twice, number 5 team in the state. So the schedule gets easier, as they would say it.
Yeah, definitely. Lakes Conference taking it easy on us.
Jeff, you asked me where my squirt was tonight. I took the night off from squirt. We're going to go with the bubbler. A little triple berry breezer. Boosts energy
like that.
And restores balance. So I'm standing on this little wooden deal. It's going to restore my balance so I don't fall off of it. I had to get down and do that interview with Miles. I needed a step stool to get off this thing. My 5'10" frame doesn't go down so quickly anymore. But we're going to have a bubbler tonight. Got to keep my energy up with Dylan over here, playing Space Invaders.
Speaking of Dylan, he has a scholarship offer from Concordia University. So he will be a scholarship player of esports over at Concordia University.
Scholarship?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
for
awesome.
sure. Concordia,
what
who
game
is
do we
the
play? Are we what is it? Car Stalker. I'm gonna have to go home and search that one. I'm more of a NHL kind of guy. I think they call it Chell. The cool kids call it Chell. Is that correct, Dylan? Chell? Yep.
Dylan could probably write the programming here for most of that stuff. So in just a moment, we will have the lights will go out, and we'll have the mites from the Gold B Capitals. They'll make their way over to the bench over there, the Knights bench. We'll make sure we put the spotlight on them when they get over there and put the camera on them so they can wave. So we'll have to communicate to our Larry, our spotlight operator, Matheson, and our camera guy, Eric Sments, to get the camera on them so they can all wave to all of you. And then we'll have our junior captains make our way around the ice. Elliot Schuth, Easton Millis, and Brandon Gower. They're from the Squirt A team, our junior captains are. We'll make sure that they get up here too at period 1 and give them a chance to get some FaceTime on the Global Hockey Network so you can all see who the junior captains are and hear a little bit from them. Referees out onto the ice. And there go the Mites.
Jeff, you know you're always good when your line chart here has what USHL team they're drafted by.
Wow. That's
That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 USHL draft picks.
That's incredible.
Look at those mites over there, Jeff. They're excited. We got helmets flying. Kids are doing the jumping jacks.
And
Pumping
there,
up the crowd. We got the flag guys going here from the Squirt A team. Elliott Show, Easton Millis, and Brandon Gower. 3 players from our STMA Squirt team carrying the flag around right now. Elliott Show, Easton Millis, and Brandon Gower. And I think Jeff already mentioned, but we got the Mite Gold B Capitals tonight. The Washington Capitals. Ovechkin over there, John Carlson, Kuznetsov.
and Wayzata making their way out onto the ice. Here come the Trojans.
Jeff, in all honesty, the way you're going to win this game is box in, block shots, have your goalie be really hot, and somehow win a 3-2 game. So look for the Knights to try and box in the D zone, keep them to the outside, try and eat a lot of pucks, and hope that they can get something to happen quickly.
So you see our Knights skating around out on the ice here. We'll get ready for introductions of the teams here in just a moment. First, we'll have the introduction of the starting lineups for the Trojans of Wayzata. Gage Alstead is starting in goal. Finn Schubert starting on defense. Huck Huff on defense for the Trojans. Luke Miller at the left wing. Brooks Gingler. Cade Schubert. The rest of the Wayzata team makes it out to the blue line. Introduction of our junior captains. They make their way out to the blue line. Alex Cutler in goal for the Knights to start. Jack Johnson on the defense. Blake Couette making his way out, starting on the defense. Tanner Esterberg, a sophomore for the Knights, starting at the left wing. Remy Lobitz at the right wing for the Knights. Caleb Waller. And we'll now have our national anthem.
Trojans coming to the house tonight. Should be a fun one. Dylan, you play your cards right tonight, I might buy you a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Since I see Jeff didn't bring you any down there.
Not only did I get him a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup earlier, I got him a pink lemonade and a pretzel.
Really?
To start the
Whole bunch of stuff tonight, huh? All right, it's got to be a fast start for the Knights here. Jeff, we got to kind of weather the storm, they call it, get through the first 5 minutes, and ease into this game.
Well, it's a great challenge going against the number 2 team in the state. We'll see what the Knights bring. For the Knights out on the ice, waiting for the Trojans. They step in, puck drops. Into the Knights' defensive zone. Johnson up the ice, he sends it. Neutral ice. Into the Knights' defensive zone. Couette. Rainbows it up. Wayzata. Neutral ice into the Knights' defensive zone. They come towards the net. Pass across, shot and goal. Quick run on the backside.
It was a nice play there at the blue line by Caleb Waller to take Hawk Huff off of his feet, but the defenseman got lost on that play, and you give Luke Miller and KG St. Hubert a 2-on-1, and that's what happens.
That was not what we meant by quick start. Puck drops. Knights send it into their offensive zone. Goalie steps out and stops it. Alstead sending it up the ice for the Trojans, and we have a quick whistle. We'll drop it in the Knights' defensive zone, near side. Kindred stepping in to take the face off the Knights. Puck drops, comes right to a Wayzata player. Number 14, Matson, quick shot,
for
goal.
Hinderman to call a timeout here. The effort off those 5 on that D-zone draw was lackluster at best. I'd like to see him call a timeout and just kind of regather things. It's 27 seconds in, you're down 2-0, and you can tell on the bench the team's defeated right now already. So we got a lot of hockey still to go, but the effort's got to be up better.
So the puck drops into the Knights' defensive zone. Monahan off the boards up to neutral ice. Into the Knights' offensive zone it goes. Braden Waller on the chase. Far side corner, back passes it to Vokadat. Vokadat shot on, deflects off, makes it out to neutral ice. Clark chasing it down for the Knights. Clark turns and spins. Clark comes forward and dumps it into the Knights' offensive zone. Ran into his own player there for a second before he sent it down. We'll have an icing. So we'll bring it on back.
We got the puck in the offensive zone. We didn't get scored on. That's a successful shift right there when you want to break it down.
So drop it in the Knights' defensive zone here. Waller taking the faceoff. Shot right from there by Wayzata. Knocked away by Sutliff. Near side corner along the near side boards. Esterberg sends it behind his own net to the far side boards. Ronnie Lobitz fighting for it there, and he dumps it down the ice into the Knights' offensive zone. Behind the net it goes. Pass over the near side boards. Knights able to get it. Taken away by the Trojans. Neutral ice, cross center ice, into the Knights' defensive zone, near side. Makes a move, coming towards the center. Passes across to the backside. Shot is wide. Waller sends it behind the net to Lobitz. Far side boards, clearing it out. Across the boards, he sends it to Esterberg. Esterberg in the offensive zone for the Knights. Takes a check. Knights come out with it. Waller with a shot. Deflected away. And another shot there by Lobitz. Deflected away. And we have a whistle.
Couple shots there, a quick whistle, but I tell you what, we'll take the quick whistle. The Trojans were coming out of that zone with the puck. We'll take an offensive zone draw right now. Get fresh legs out there. Nice rebound after those 2 quick goals.
Kindred stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights. It makes its way over to the corner. Behind the net, it comes to the near side corner. Up the boards on the near side. Wayzata clearing it out, but Johnson gets a stick on it there for the Knights. Cross comes into the Knights' defensive zone. That shot was blocked by Kindred. Cross sends it up along the boards. Wayzata has it at the blue line. Pass into the center. Shot went off of Hernandez's stick and directed down to the far side corner. Hogan gets a stick on it to Hernandez. Hernandez sends it up into neutral ice. Wayzata right there. Knights with a change of skaters. They bring it back into neutral ice, into the Knights' defensive zone, near side. Along the boards, marching towards the net. Shot knocked away by Sutliff. Cross comes out with it. Off the boards, he sends it. Wayzata gets it back, near side along the boards. Trying to make it to the corner. They do. Still on the near side. Knights' defensive zone. Knights down 2-0. Behind the net they go. Turn, spin, centered up, broken up by the Knights. Sent back behind the net. Coming over towards the near side corner. Off the boards it goes. Into neutral ice. Bokenot with it. Hustling into the Knights' offensive zone. Bokenot with a shot. Deflected away. Wayzata grabbing it out there. Puck makes it over near side corner. Vertically up and down the ice it goes into the Knights' defensive zone. Makes its way behind the net. Sutliff sends it over to the near side corner. Back and forth with that puck down there in the corner. Up to the blue line. March down. Shot right from there. Knocked away by Sutliff. Makes its way over to the far side boards. Neutralizes that puck. Grabbed by Wayzata. In their own defensive zone. Erickson for Wayzata. Sends it over. Nice pass over. Neutral ice. Disrupted by Lobitz at neutral ice. Monahan gets in there and knocks it away. Gets it over to Esterberg. Back to Monahan. Down into the Knights' offensive zone. The puck goes. Change of skaters. Few skaters for the Knights. Wayzata behind their own net. Far side up and vertical pass. Through center ice into the Knights' defensive zone. It gets away from Esterberg. Gets it. Sends it down the ice. And we're going to have an icing call to bring it back at the 13-minute mark.
Maybe I meant that we have to weather the storm after the first 2 goals, which we've done now nicely.
We'll drop the puck in the Knights' defensive zone. Near side dot. Caleb Waller stepping in to take that face-off for the Knights. Puck drops. Makes it back towards the blue line. Pass across far side. Down the boards to the corner. Back behind the nets. Johnson fighting for it down there. Joined by Caleb Waller. Both teams trying to get it. Makes it over to the far side corner. Referee there. Wayzata centering it up. It gets away. Makes it over to the near side blue line. Down to the corner. Pass across the ice, and the Knights get a stick on it there. Knights able to clear it out. Lobitz dumping into the Knights' offensive zone, making its way behind the net. Wayzata hustling down to grab it. They turn, they spin, they come. Vertical pass up the ice, down the ice it goes. Icing call. 12-13 left period 1. They'll drop that puck in the Knights' offensive zone. Change of a few skaters here for the Knights. Kindred stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights. Puck drops, makes it down, far side corner. Sent to the near side. Vertically up and out. Wayzata bringing into the Knights' defensive zone. Pass across to the backside. Pulled a crossover move, but stopped by Sutliff. Centered in, shot. Again knocked away by Sutliff. Puck still sitting out there. Back out to the blue line. Pass across, far side the boards, marching towards the net. Shot, and Hernandez throws his body in there just to take it away. Behind the net it comes. Wrap around. Shot on, knocked away by Sutliff. And off the glass and down the ice it's sent.
So if you go back, Jeff, that whole shift starts down here in the offensive zone. Our defenseman, Jake Dinius, pinches at the blue. When you're playing the number 2 team in the country, or the number 2 team in the state, you probably shouldn't be pinched at the blue. And if you do, you better get puck. And it got by him, and it created that 2-on-1, and luckily Sutliff made an unbelievable save.
Puck drops. Antoine taking the face-off for the Knights. Knights come out with it. Monahan gets it up to Bokenot. Bokenot shooting up the ice. Gets around the defender. Makes it down there to the far side, near side corner. Gets hung up in the wash. Puck sitting out there, and it gets into neutral ice. Clark gets to it, and we're going to have an offsides on the Knights. Can see the energy level picking back up for the Knights here.
Yeah, they got into the game now after those first 2 goals. I think you come in, you're probably, they look at scoreboards, they know what they're getting into, and you get those 2 out of the way. Now we kind of settle in here. We play hockey the rest of the game.
Into the Knights defensive zone we come. Near side, Monahan knocks it away. Polkadot gets down there, sends it behind the net, far side to Clark. Clark able to punch it up the ice. It gets into neutral ice. Both teams battling for it. Wayzata gets it back. They dump it back into the Knights defensive zone. It's on the far side boards. Goes off of Braden Waller, and Antoine comes out with it for the Knights. He brings it down to the offensive zone. He has it taken away, and it's dumped back into the Knights defensive zone.
The icing is, I think that's the 3rd icing that we've forced them to make. So it's nice to get those offensive draws. We've already surpassed the shots on goal from the JV game, so we got a lot of positives we're working with here. We got a great song on, a little 50 Cent, a little money.
Caleb Waller stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights. Puck drops, goes down to the corner. Behind the net, Wayzata with it. Vertical pass up into neutral ice. Cross center ice, into the Knights defensive zone. Is centered in to the backside. Pass across, and he missed him there. Wayzata gets it back. It looked like it came out there, and it does now. Rainbowed up and down in neutral ice. Back into the Knights defensive zone it goes. Caleb Waller getting down there. Sends it behind his own net to Couette. Couette rainbows it up. Down into neutral ice. It gets past the Wayzata defender who falls down, but another player gets down there, and Esterberg gets there, gets a skate on it. Shot by the Knights. Knocked away. Cleared out by Wayzata, but the Knights stand in there. Esterberg gets it back, gets it over to Lobitz, back to Esterberg. They dump it in, change a few skaters for the Knights. Caleb Waller keeping the pressure on. Passed over the near side along the boards. Vertical pass up,
Another nice
redirected.
Oh, they waved that one off.
And Johnson sends it back into the Knights offensive zone.
That should have been an icing on Wayzata there, to be honest, but another good shift there by the Knights, stringing a few along here.
So we're going to drop the puck down in the Knights defensive zone. Kindred stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights. Here we go. Puck drops. Wayzata coming out with it. Near side corner. Dinius gets that puck, sends it around the net. Down to the corner it goes. Back to both teams fighting for it along the boards. Far side, Wayzata sends it down around behind the net. Near side corner, Knights defensive zone. They come out with it, but Kindred stands in there fighting for it. Kindred comes out with that puck and sends a pass up into neutral ice to Hernandez. Hernandez turns, spins, dumps it in to the Knights offensive zone. Hogan keeping the pressure on there and ends up taking the goal off. We'll drop it in the Knights.
And Jeff, as I was mentioning before, we're 8 minutes into this game. I think we've given up 3 odd-man rushes. That's something the Knights want to look for, not allowing. Defensemen should be keeping everybody in front of them right now. Take those 3-on-2 rushes. Way better percentage to stop a 3-on-2 than a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1.
So drop the puck in neutral ice. Wayzata comes out with it. They bring into the Knights defensive zone, disrupted by the Knights. Braden Waller passing up to Volkadot. Volkadot hustling up the ice. Volkadot takes that shot on, and it's just covered by Alstead.
Nice little chip play out of the D zone, and then a nice little chip play there by Braden.
Like to see him keep getting those to Volkadot as he can just shoot forward. He's got such great speed.
The goalie's giving up some rebounds here, so we got to keep pressuring him on those rebounds.
Puck drops. Waller gets it over to Monahan. Monahan sends it. Goes off of a Wayzata player at Trojans. But the Knights get it back. Antoine turns, spins, shoots, and saved by Alstead of the Trojans. Change of skaters for both teams at the 8:35 mark. Lobitz stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights. Puck drops. Monahan from the blue line. Shot. Deflects off. Esterberg gets it. He back passes it. Hits the referee. And the Trojans able to grab it from there. Into neutral ice, into the Knights defensive zone. Far side. Knights keeping the pressure on. Sent over to the near side corner, back behind the net. Pass up to center. Shot saved by Sutliff.
That was a lot to ask of that freshman duo back on the point back there to take on their top line, but they're able to shut them down there for that 15 seconds there with them. So
puck drops. Wayzata comes out with it near side blue line. They bounce it off the boards. They center it up. Johnson gets a stick on it there for the Knights. It comes out of the zone. Center ice it is. Wayzata backing up into their own defensive zone. They send it behind the net, near side boards, and they dump it down the ice. Called off the icing. Johnson gets it back, sends it off the glass, goes right to a Trojan at center ice. Into the Knights' defensive zone far side. Behind the net, centered up, shot knocked away by Sutliff. That was a hard shot there, and Sutliff stood tall. Knights cleared out of the zone. Esterberg chasing after it into the offensive zone. Near side, centers it over, nobody there. He had a shooting Lobitz, actually. And Lobitz just unable to connect. Turn spin by Caleb Waller, takes the shot, gets off the goalie. Esterberg took another shot there, but wasn't able to get much muster on that. Wayzata clears it out of the zone, and down the ice it comes. Johnson standing tall, stopping that, and he plucks it away for Lobitz. Lobitz up the ice, he sends it to Caleb Waller. Caleb Waller into the offensive zone. Caleb Waller written down. We're going to have a penalty on Wayzata.
Get a holding penalty here called on the Trojans. Pa Cuff, their defenseman, is going to go to the box, so see if we can't make something happen here.
So the Knights go on to the power play here. Lobitz will step in to take the faceoff. Puck drops, makes it back to the blue line. Kuit from there sends it over to Waller, back to Kuit at point. Sends it high, just over the net. Ricochets off the back. Wayzata coming out with it, and they send it down the ice. Sutliff gets over there, stops it, sends it around the net to the near side boards. 1:36 and counting on the power play for the Knights. Kuit stepping out near side, passing up to Braden Waller. Waller back to Kuit. Back to Waller, off the boards, down into the Knights' offensive zone, and we have an icing call. 1:23 left on that power play for the Knights at the 6:19 mark. Drop the puck here on the near side of the Knights' defensive zone. Esterberg stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights. Puck drops. Wayzata came out with it. They took a shot right on. Puck's just sitting out there in front of the net. Passed over. Another Wayzata player comes towards Sutliff. He just jumps on it and covers.
They had that play coming out of the zone easily, and then Esterberg went back into the D zone instead to really nobody and turned it over. We got a makeshift power play here. As you can see, we actually have 4 defensemen on the ice right now, Jeff. 22, 23, 10, and 4 are all on the ice as a second power play unit, which are 4 defensemen.
So here we go.
Strategy.
Dinius trying to stop it. Clark there. Johnson gets a stick on it with Monahan coming across into the Knights' defensive zone near side. Back up to the blue line. Back down towards the corner. Johnson standing in there. Knights on the power play here. Wayzata has it in their zone. Knights take it away. Johnson with the puck. Up the ice he comes, passing to Monahan. Monahan dumping it into the offensive zone. Around the boards it goes to the far side. Dinius gets to it there. Esterberg passes back up to Monahan along the near side boards. Gets past, and Wayzata back into the Knights' defensive zone. 18 seconds left on the power play. Monahan intercepts that pass. Sends a pass over to Dinius. Gets past Dinius after he touches it, and Wayzata dumps it back into the Knights' defensive zone. 7 seconds left on the power play. Cross sending it up the near side boards to Kuit. Kuet coming vertical up. Wayzata back at full strength. Into the Knights offensive zone. Lobitz dumped it in to the far side corner. Wayzata sends it behind their own net. The number 2 team in the state. Handing into neutral ice. Into the Knights defensive zone. Far side along the boards. Tried to center it in. Cross able to stop it. Back passes it. Intercepted by Caleb Waller. Pass up to Lobitz, who redirects it to Esterberg into the offensive zone. Far side, Esterberg centers over to Waller. Shot from there, deflected off. Behind the net it goes to the near side corner. Centered up by Lobitz. Shot. Bounces off. Another shot by Esterberg. And it deflects off. Alstead was able to knock a few of them away there. Trojans in the Knights. Defensive zone, far side, back pass there. Taken away by Caleb Waller. And Lobitz tried to send it down the ice, but he lost it for a second there. Now the Knights in the offensive zone. Shot from there. Goes wide. Near side blue line. Kept in by Cross. Makes its way towards the net. Wayzata grabs it, sends it behind their net to the far side boards. Braden Waller keeping the pressure on. Along the boards there, trying to get it out. Trojans get it. They rainbow it up and down the ice to neutral ice. And now dump it into the Knights defensive zone. Goes behind the net. Makes its way to the far side corner. Does that puck. Johnson grabbing it off the near side boards. Down into neutral ice. Here come the Trojans. Center ice. Pass across into the Knights defensive zone. Shot from there. Knocked away by Sutliff. Makes it away off the deflection. Far side corner. They get it back. Take another shot. Deflects away. Far side boards. Braden Waller sending it off the glass and down the ice. And we'll have an icing call. 2:55 left, period 1. Well, Ben, after giving up 2 quick goals, the Knights have kind of stood firm. They've had a few different strategies you've talked about and thrown out there.
If I was to come into this, Jeff, and gamble my own money, I don't know if I would have guessed we'd had 12 shots on net. We got them in the first period. They've been keeping some really good teams less than 15, 10 shots a game, and we're sitting on 12 here right now. So
the puck is on the near side over to the far side. Knights defensive zone. Shot from there. Redirected. Knocked away. Back up to the far side boards. Pass over to point. Make his way to the near side. Shot from there. Redirected. Again goes wide. I think that Sutliff actually got a pad on that. Centered in. Shot and off the deflection. Mattson able to grab it there for the Trojans, and he got the deflection and put it in on the near side to put the Trojans up 3-0. 2:28 left, period 1.
And Jeff, that was just a lot of zone time there. That puck possession for Wayzata. Knights weren't able to do anything about it. Couldn't create a turnover. It was kind of keep away there for about 45 seconds, and unfortunately there was a rebound, and nobody was able to pick up the guy. We've had a lot of rebounds out on the other end, and we haven't been able to find one.
So the puck at neutral ice, dumped into the Knights defensive zone, near side, coming towards the net. And goal. Nope. Yes,
that was
it was.
What you call a nice little deke. If we were playing Chell 24, that would have been the deke move. But that's what I was saying earlier is when you play a team like this, the message to your defenseman is you have to keep everybody in front of you. And that means you might have to control a good gap, but you can't give up these odd man rushes. And that was a 2-on-0, to be honest. He got behind 1D, and we had another guy right camped out in front of the net. So letting their forwards get behind us is not going to be a good night.
Shot and save there by Sutliff. 2:05 left. Knights down 4-0 here in period 1. Drop the puck in the Knights defensive zone. Caleb Waller stepping in to take the face-off here for the Knights. Puck drops. Makes its way back to the blue line. Pass across far side. Plucked away by Remy Lobitz. Out to neutral ice. Wayzata with the puck in their own defensive zone. Knights offensive zone, but they are in control of that puck. Pass across. Vertical pass up into the Knights defensive zone. Far side, making towards the center. Goes off a cross, kept in by Wayzata. Near side corner along the boards. making its way up and out of the zone, and then dumped right back in by Wayzata. Makes it towards the net. Sutliff grabs it, hands it off to Cross. Cross off the boards. Up to Caleb Waller. Caleb Waller near side into the offensive zone. Has it plucked away. Here come the Trojans back to the Knights zone and off of Dinius' stick and up into the netting.
In the locker room, besides everybody's got to keep everyone in front of them, the next message is everything in the D zone's got to be hard. Even if you wrap it around the wall and it goes out for an icing or it's off the glass, it's got to be hard plays. Nothing can be soft in the D zone. So you see like a backhand soft pass that leads to a turnover. Those are the things you don't want to see. Whack it out of there.
So from the blue line, near side, swing and a miss. The Knights able to knock it out. Volkanov gets tripped as he was making it down, and down he goes, and we'll have a penalty with 57 seconds left. Knights will go on the power play. So drop the puck in the Knights offensive zone. Far side dot. Lobitz stepping in to take that face-off. Puck drops. Wayzata gets it. They send it down the ice. Sutliff steps up. Grabs it. Sends it behind the net over to Waller. Waller sends it back to Couette. Couette, far side boards. Lobitz sends a diagonal pass up the ice, intercepted by Wayzata, and they dump it back in. 1:40 and counting left on the power play for the Knights. Wayzata controlling that puck, even though the Knights are on the power play here. Short-handed. Stick handling there by Wayzata, taken away by Couette. Passes it up to Cross. Cross sends a pass over to Waller, and it's knocked away by Wayzata. Braden Waller keeping the pressure on there. Long pass up. And down the ice goes that pass into the Knights defensive zone. 1:05 left on that power play. And that is the end of period one. Knights down 4-0.
Well, we had 30 seconds to start the period, not good, and maybe the last 3 minutes. Everything in between was actually acceptable. So if you're the Knights, you just got to try and keep the game simple. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. Chip pucks deep, go to work, crash the net for rebounds, keep everybody in front of you, and just simplify the game.
Well, we have our junior captains here for the Knights. That will be on our segment Night with the Knight. We'll have you step right over here, sir, and turn. Oh, that's fine. Now turn towards that camera. All right. So what is your name, sir?
My name is Brandon Gower.
Brandon, and you're one of our junior Knights from the Squirt A team?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make sure to look at the camera there and smile and wave. Give them a little wave there. I'm sure Grandma and Grandpa might be watching wherever they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you have lots of fans out there watching. Tell me a little about your season so far. How's it going, Brandon?
We're going off to a little rocky start. I'm pretty sure we are 3-8 and 4. So not the greatest start, but hopefully we can pull off a nice rest of the half of the season.
Yep, that's true. As Knights, we fight through, don't we? And we keep playing. What have been some of your favorite parts of this season so far?
Probably just playing hard in the tournaments. Just always getting a chance to go for first.
And what upcoming game do you have coming up next?
We will be playing on Saturday against Buffalo, and then Sunday against Sartell.
Here or away?
I think the Buffalo game is here, and I don't know for the Sartell game.
And what is it that you and your team are all looking to grow with throughout this season? How is your team going to grow throughout this season? Tell us a little bit about the things that you guys are going to accomplish as a team.
Just working hard and trying to just play as a team, communicate, and just get in the flow of trying to get that win streak, and then hopefully getting some more points on the board.
Well, perfect, Brandon. We sure appreciate you joining us here on Night with the Night. Is there anything you'd like to share with the viewers?
Go Knights.
Go Knights, as always. All right, Brandon, thank you. Best of luck on the rest of your season. Thank you for being a junior captain. You got to smile for the camera. And we appreciate having you. We're going to grab another one of the junior captains here. Thank you, Brandon. Who's our next junior? Come on up. Go ahead and put those on. Make sure you take a look at the camera here. Step back just a step there. All right, sir. What is your name?
Easton Millis.
Easton. Tell me a little bit about how your season is going so far.
It's not doing too great, but it's doing okay between games.
What are we
working on throughout this season to improve?
Passing the puck and
Passing the puck.
being a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of the things that you're looking to accomplish with your game this season.
Getting faster and not running out of energy really quick.
Okay. And what's been your favorite thing that you've done this year?
Probably knee hockey with all my friends and teammates.
Okay, perfect. Are grandma and grandpa probably watching, or someone that cares about you watching here tonight?
They left like 10 minutes ago.
Well, I'm sure they put it on their phone here. We're going to say that they got the technology embraced here, and they're probably watching you right now, right? All right. Well, what else would you like to share with Knights fans out there?
Not really much.
All right.
Let's get a Go Knights on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Go Knights!
Go Knights! All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for being one of our junior captains. We got another junior captain here. Let's make his way up here. There we go. Go ahead and get your headphones on there, sir. And make sure to look at the camera. Say hi to everyone out there that loves you. What's your name, sir? Elliot, tell me a little bit about how your season is going for you.
It's going okay, but we're off not a very good start, but I'm hoping to finish the season good.
Yeah, well, we want to finish strong, don't we? We want to go out there and give it our best effort and finish the best we can. Tell me a little bit, what's been your favorite part of the season so far?
What's been your favorite part of the season?
When we went
What's been your favorite part of the season? What have you liked the most about your season? All right, tell me a little bit more about that.
Sorry.
Tell me a little bit more about that, about Grand Rapids. The tournament.
We got 6th place out of 8, and we played. I feel like we played a pretty good tournament, but there are a lot of good teams up there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good hockey here in Minnesota, isn't there? Tell me one thing about your team that you guys are going to do throughout this season to improve.
We bond well together while we play. And
good.
Since we've known each other for a while and we played on a summer team together, it's been going good.
Well, perfect. What else would you like to share with Knights fans out there?
Nothing much.
Nothing much. All right, let's get a Go Knights here on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go Knights!
Go Knights!
Go Knights! All right. Well, we thank you, sir, for being on the broadcast. We wish you and all of your team members the best, and we know you're going to finish strong. Go out there and make it happen there, buddy.
Thank you.
All right? And that's Night with the Night. We'll be back in a few minutes with the start of Period 2. Thanks for watching, Knights fans. Welcome back, Knights fans. We hope that you enjoyed that segment of Night with the Knight. We hope that you see our sponsors going across the bottom of the screen. We sure thank them for making Knights hockey available to all of you. Please consider giving them your patronage for the services that they provide. Sponsors that aren't listed but also made a big difference. Our holiday meal sponsors, Mama T's Gear and BJ's Tavern. Andy's Pizza for a recent pizza sale, fundraiser. And Quick Trip. Quick Trip, who helped us with the car wash fundraiser before the season. 72 minutes are back on the clock. Knights will start period 2 on the power play. They'll have 1:04 left on that power play. So both teams warming up here. I know that we turned the heater off inside here, but it sure feels like someone opened the doors because it's just getting colder and colder inside. I threw another sweatshirt on. I'm thinking about putting a jacket on. I'm looking around for a blanket. It is just getting, you can see your breath in here almost. It's so cold. All right, so the Trojans make their way out onto the ice. And here come the Knights. Looks like Braden Waller stepping in to take the face-off. The Knights, puck drops. Wayzata dumps it into the Knights. Defensive zone. Far side corner. Makes it behind the net. Caleb Waller sending it up the boards. Wayzata gets it back. They center it in. Picked off by Braden Waller. Couette sends it back behind. It's sent back behind the net for Couette. Far side boards. Caleb Waller grabbing it into neutral ice. Passing it across to Lobitz. Lobitz into the offensive zone. Lobitz turns, spins. Passes it back to Couette, and it gets past him and down into the Knights' defensive zone. Behind the net it goes. Couette there, passed over, far side. Waller handing it off to Waller. Down the ice it comes, into the offensive zone. We should and do have an offsides on the Knights. So 19 seconds left on that power play. See if the Knights can do something to take advantage of this. We'll drop it outside the Knights' offensive zone, inside the blue line. Change of skaters for both teams. Levi Antoine stepping in, taking the face off. It goes into the Knights' offensive zone. And Wayzata rainbows it down the ice. 12 seconds left on that power play. Dinius gets it over to Johnson. Johnson vertically sends it up the ice. It goes right to a Trojan. Marching backwards and passing it forward, and the Trojans are back at full strength. Into Dinius bringing it in the offensive zone. He passes it across for Volkanot. Makes it way over to the far side corner. Far side boards sent in behind the net. Bouncing off. Near side boards is that puck. Johnson sending it to the backside to Antoine. Antoine takes the shot. It goes high and wide, around and into neutral ice. Trojans come out with it. But Hernandez grabs it, dumps it back into the Knights' offensive zone, and we'll have an icing call at the 15.
Had a little collision there. 13, Levi Antoine lost an edge and ran into K.D. St. Hubert. It's a good song here, too, Jeff. This is in the air tonight, I think. A little drum solo. I might sing this one.
Kindred stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights in their own defensive zone. Puck drops.
Hold on.
Along the boards. Hogan backhands it to Hernandez. He shuffled it forward. Trojans get it. They dump it down in the Knights' defensive zone. Near side along the boards. Down to the corner it goes. Behind the net. Cross there. Cross. Backhanding it up. Kept in and sent in. Should be an offsides, actually.
That's what I was saying. Levi Antoine lost an edge down here in the offensive zone and completely just steamrolled into KD St. Hubert and might have had a little bone bruise, a little thigh bruise, but it looks like he's in line to go again. So
Puck drops on the blue line near side, and Hogan throws his body into that and clears it out into neutral ice. Pass across near side, back into the Knights defensive zone, along the boards, down to the corner. Back up to the blue line. Pass across to the far side. Monahan has it there. Taken away by Wayzata. Shot is high. Makes it over to the near side boards. Back down to the corner. Knights get a stick on it. They send it off the boards. Down the ice it goes. Trojans grab it. Behind their own net. Scorer sends it up the ice for the Trojans. Knights grab it. It's brought back into the Trojans, into the Knights defensive zone. Pass across, shot knocked away. Sutliff able to knock that away. Matson took that shot there for the Trojans. Near side along the boards. Down the corner. Shot there from the near side. Puck makes its way around the net to the near side. Coming towards the center, pass across far side, shot, and up into the netting.
this long line change here in the second period makes it even a tougher period for us. So really got to, again, simplify things, get pucks deep, go to work. Right now, the ice is a little tilted Wayzata's way this period.
Puck drops, makes it to the far side corner, centered in. Gets redirected over to the near side along the boards. Up the glass, down the ice it goes. Chased by Wayzata, and an icing call.
And see, even though that's an icing, that's all right. Get a face-off down in our zone, but we can much better that than something soft and have it turned over.
So we'll drop it in the Knights' defensive zone on the near side dot. Caleb Waller stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights. Puck drops. Back out to the blue line. Down the boards come the Trojans. They send it in. Redirected. Sutliff able to knock it away. Far side along the boards. Trojans have it. Down in the far side corner. Behind the net it comes to the near side. They try to send it in. The Knights able to disrupt there. Johnson sending it up the boards, but kept in at the blue line by the Trojans. Down the near side. Around a defender. Back behind the net. Far side corner. Backhands it into the center. Broken up by the Knights. Lobitz gets it. Sends it to neutral ice. Down the ice. Esterberg chasing after it. Into the boards. Both teams go. Up to the blue line. Clark sends it from there. Shot deflected away. Esterberg tries to center it in. It goes off of a Trojan. Puck sitting at neutral ice. Both teams trying to grab it. The Trojans dump it in. Knights defensive zone. Coet grabs it behind his own net. Sends it near side up the boards to Lobitz. Lobitz around a few skaters. Takes a shot and taken away by the Trojans. Towards the net they come. Shot deflected away by the Knights. Kieran took that shot there for the Trojans. Esterberg coming towards the net. He has that puck taken away.
We have three guys right now on a long change here, Jeff. 28, 2, and 14.
Back into the Knights defensive zone. Near side corner. Along the near side boards. Clark able to clear it out. He sends it up to Vokanon into the offensive zone. It gets dumped into the Knights bench. Well, the song says that they have a feeling it's going to be a good night. We need to turn something around here.
What was that, Jeff?
The song. I got a feeling it's going to be a good night.
Can you tell me who sings this song? Are you a big Black Eyed Peas fan? Fergie, I think.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. Yep, you are correct.
I sang Warren G and Regulate last time. Can you sing I Got a Feeling tonight? Let's hear you break it down for us.
I think I'll leave it to the professionals here. Potsema stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights. Puck drops. Dumped into the Knights. Defensive zone. Erickson keeping the pressure on there in the corner. Centered in. Knocked away. Erickson gets the puck for the Knights. Passes over. to Bateson. Puck comes back into the Knights' defensive zone. Behind the defender, shot off of Sutliff and up into the netting.
Just for a little note there, we had our fourth line out there against our second line. Not the line match we're probably looking for.
So Kindred stepping in to take the faceoff for the Knights. Puck drops. Back out to the blue line, near side, down the boards it comes. Centered in, back out to the blue line. Shot from there, knocked away by Sutliff. Turns, spins, tries to shoot it, goes off of a few players, makes it away. And Johnson clears it out of the zone, but Wayzata right there to dump it back in. Johnson grabbing it, far side corner. Pass up, Hogan. Diagonal right to a Trojan. At their own blue line, vertically they send it up. Stopped by Sutliff. He stops it behind the net. Cross. Sends it up the board. Makes it to the blue line near side. Shot on. Deflected away. From the blue line, pass across, far side. Sent from there, off of a few players, behind the net. Centered up, shot,
Wow.
and covered.
Another hell of a save there, Jeff. We've had a couple big ones tonight.
So 10:26 left, period 2. Knights are down 4-0. They've made it about 7 minutes so far without giving up a goal in period 2. They need to start capitalizing and getting a few of their own. They have 13 shots on goal so far for the game. Puck drops. From the blue line, near side, down the boards, behind the net it goes. Back behind the net. Towards the near side corner. Up the boards. Centered in. Knocked away by Sutliff was that puck. Pass back up to the blue line. Sent from there. It deflects off of Sutliff and it comes out. And Lobitz sends it up the ice. Caleb Waller with it. We have an offsides. Esterberg was a good 5 yards ahead. We'll drop the puck just outside the Knights' offensive zone. Caleb Waller stepping in to take the faceoff here for the Knights. Under 10 minutes to play, period 2. Puck drops. Couette sends it off the glass, down the ice, into the Knights' offensive zone. Esterberg shooting forward there. Makes it over to the far side corner of the offensive zone. Waller back up to the blue line. Turn spin, sends it down to the corner. Esterberg trying to get there, but a Trojan beats him to it. Dumps it down the ice. Dinius there to stop that. And we have a call.
Dinius made a great play there on the check, and then just by the tip of his stick, trips him, and Knights are going to go to a penalty here.
So the 9:25 mark left in period 2. The Knights go on the penalty. They're down 4-0. 26 shots on goal for the Trojans. 13 shots on goal for the Knights. Hernandez stepping in to take the faceoff for the Knights. Puck drops. Near side boards. Up to point. Far side along the boards. Back up to point. Sent from there. Redirected. And the Knights get it, and down the ice they send it. 1:45 left on that penalty for the Knights. 9:07 in the period. Trojans from behind their own net. Pass it up to the near side, through neutral ice, into the Knights' defensive zone near side. They try to send it across. Goes off of a stick and rainbows up into the air.
Big hand pass there.
And we got a hand
all the way
pass.
down to the other end, I believe.
So 8:54 left in the period. 1:30 on the penalty for the Knights. We're going to drop it in their offensive zone. Kindred stepping in for the Knights to take the face-off against DeSchubert. Puck drops. Behind the net it goes. Vertically up and turn spin. Diagonal pass across. Neutral ice dumped into the offensive zone. Near side coming towards the net. Tried to make a play, denied by Sutliff. Pass down the far side board, sent in, deflects off, makes it away over to the corner. Trojans come out with it, back up to the blue line, pass across to the near side. Down, ricocheted off the boards. Near side corner, up the boards, centered in, taken away. Back and forth, Trojans get it back. Behind the net they go. Pass up. 42 seconds left on that penalty. Pass down to the corner. Tried to send it up to the blue line, and Hogan got a stick on it, and it gets redirected down the ice. 30 seconds left on the penalty for the Knights. 7:52
Jeff, just a little
in the
tip
period.
if they're shorthanded, you get a kill like that, you really got to get one of those D off the ice. Now the D are stuck back in the D zone again.
Down to the corner, behind the net. Handoff there. Behind the net, the Trojans go. Far side, turn, spin. And the Knights are back at full strength. A lot of time in the Knights defensive zone there, and Knights able to get a stick on it, knock it away. Lobitz bringing it up. He passes it across.
Now the D are stuck out again here, as you can tell. So our two defensemen are sitting on about a minute and a half, minute 40 shift right now. And anytime you get it out on this long change, you really got to race to the boards.
So center ice, Trojans redirect it. Knights stop it, take it back in their own defensive zone. Centered up there by the Trojans, and down the ice it goes. A change of the defenseman now for the Knights. Trojans get it back into neutral ice, into the Knights defensive zone, near side boards, down to the corner, behind the net. Turn, spin there in the corner. Knights trying to disrupt. Monahan keeping the pressure on there for the Knights. Trojans send it back behind the net. They center it across. It makes it to the far side boards. Sent from there. Knights get a stick on it. It comes to the near side. Shot from there, knocked away by Sutliff. Waller able to get a stick on it, and then he sends it down into neutral ice. Trojans will have to reset. They send it forward. Waller picks it up. Caleb Waller across center.
It's got to get deep, Jeff. That's got to get deep.
Into the Knights. Defensive zone there along the far side boards. Johnson delivers a blow, but we're going to have a penalty on the Knights. Goalie for Wayzata making his way over to the bench. Wayzata with that puck. Back out to the blue line. They get an extra skater out on the ice.
We got a delayed penalty coming up here on Jack Johnson down in the corner. I believe Issa Monahan actually played the puck and the ref missed it.
Hernandez just hit it there too. So Wayzata bringing into the Knights defensive zone. Down along the boards, back behind the net. Far side corner. Pass across to the near side. Shot there. Wide. Big far side. Wayzata with a skater advantage. Shot. Deflected. Caught by Sutliff. And the goalie gets taken out.
Well, they're going to take him, and we're going to play 5-on-5 hockey. So Jack's going to get a penalty, as well as number 9. I believe that's Max Lutke is going to go for roughing as well. That'll not make the Trojans coaching staff happy on that one. But as I was mentioning, you get this long change in the second period, and getting pucks deep and getting line changes at critical points is really huge. We had a D pair out there for a minute 40. We had a line out there for a long time. So you see the coaching staff really frustrated when that puck doesn't go deep at the blue. It's going all the other direction, and now you're gassed and tired.
Caleb Waller stepping in and take that faceoff for the Knights in their defensive zone. Far side along the boards. Tried to center it in. It makes it over to the near side there. Down to the corner. Back behind the net. Back up along the boards. Lobitz gets a stick on it. He's able to send it up with the Trojans. Now Esterberg gets behind the defense. Esterberg there with the shot and save. by Alstead of the Trojans. Took the shot, but it went literally right
in the chest, yep. He had a couple of guys barreling down on him, so it's nice to get a shot on net. You know, you'd like to pick a corner, but right now we're only sitting on 2 this period, so let's not nitpick too much on shot on net, I guess, right?
Sure, absolutely. Behind the net it goes. Near side along the boards. Pass up. Neutral ice. Bokanok gets a stick on it, and Dinius sends it down the ice into the Knights' offensive zone. Antoine keeping the pressure on. Bokanok able to stick that away. Trojans take it behind their own net, vertically up, hand off. Horizontal up, touched it down into the Knights' defensive zone. Centered it up there. Did the Trojans? It went right to Antoine, who sent it down the ice. Neutral ice is that puck. Trojans with it. Back into their own defensive zone they go. Vertical pass up. And dump it in to the Knights' defensive zone. Towards the net they come, broken up by the Knights. Antoine gets it up to Waller, who takes a shot. Corner centered in. Broken up by the Knights. Dinius comes out with it. Dinius at neutral ice. Dinius into the offensive zone towards the net. Has it plucked
right
away.
Cross should have raced to the bench for a change.
Shot deflected away by Sutliff. Comes out to Dinius on the far side. He sends it up the ice. Kindred into the offensive zone. Makes his way towards. And Knights caught in a skater change there, but luckily Kuat able to get there, knock it away, and Clark raced out there. Puck makes its way over the near side. Trojans with it. They send it. It goes off of Hernandez. Kuat there to send it behind the net. Clark with it off the far side boards. Trojans grab it there. Goes off the referee, and Kindred gets it and flips it down the ice into neutral ice. Knights grab it. And we have a whistle here. Both teams back. Players out of the penalty box. We're going to drop it outside the Knights' offensive zone, far side dot. Puck sitting at neutral ice here, makes it to center line. Trojans bringing in the Knights' defensive zone, far side. They take the shot. It's high and wide. Makes it over to the near side boards. Pass behind the net, centered up. Knocked away by Caleb Waller. Remy Lobitz sends it down the ice. Esterberg chasing after it. Trojans grab it. Off the near side boards, down the ice. Into the Knights' defensive zone. Clark grabbing it there. He kind of got just shoved out of the way, but the Knights come out with it. Caleb Waller into the offensive zone, near side. Caleb Waller behind the net, centered across, shot.
And that's actually
by
off
Lobitz.
right now. Ref's going to...
Puck ricocheted off the boards there. Centered up, taken away by Cross towards the net. He comes shot wide. Esterberg tried taking another one, shot by Lobitz. Knocked away. Behind their own net go the Trojans. Turn, spin, send it back over to the near side and into neutral ice. Trojans still have it. Back into the Knights' defensive zone, near side, centered over, broken up by the Knights. Kindred comes out with it. Kindred dumps it in to the offensive zone. Far side along the boards. 1 minute left in the period. Kuat comes out with it, passes it up to Hernandez. Hernandez backhands it, goes just high. Puck makes it out into neutral ice. Now into the Knights' defensive zone. Pass across. Shot and knocked away by Sutliff. That mold for the Trojans just shot up the ice. So from the blue line, shot goes off of Hernandez, flies up into the air and comes back into neutral ice. Trojans had it, lost it, and Hernandez moves it forward to Caleb Waller. Caleb Waller has to get back onside. Trojans with it. Neutralize it. Goes off of Esterberg. Esterberg trying to go forward. He got held there, but Caleb Waller shoots forward. Makes it to the corner. Lobitz centers in. It gets past Esterberg, and that's the end of period 2.
Well, we might have won the last 2 minutes, but besides that, it was mainly in the STMA end. A couple little flurries there at the end.
So 29 shots on goal so far, total for the Trojans. 15 shots on goal.
I think shots
for
on
the
goal
Knights.
that period were 9-3 or 10-3 in favor of Wayzata. But again, you're sitting here only down 4-0. You're getting opportunities. I think we had a breakaway there in that period. We're getting shots off. There's positive things to take from this game right now that maybe we weren't expecting to see against a team like Wayzata. Something tells me Wayzata might get their, we'll use a polite term, in their rear ends maybe chewed. They might get yelled at in the locker room. I'm guessing their coaching staff's not extremely happy. And so we'll see what Wayzata comes out with. And we'll see how STMA comes out here with that little flurry they had at the end. Hopefully they're able to get the momentum going in the third period. It'd be nice to see us get 1 or 2 here and make this thing interesting.
Keep getting close. We just need to get it in. Well, we got a couple of, we got one Knight standing back behind us here, Ben, who'd like to do Night with the Knight. Would you like to take the honors and do the interview? I'll hand off my headset here so you can go ahead and do this interview here.
Hello. What?
We're joined here by Castro, square A goalie for the STMA Knights.
We had a little technical difficulties there. Thanks for Dylan coming in to help. We're here with Liam Castro with the STMA Squirt A team. I've been on the ice many times with Liam in the past, coaching him, so we'll put you on the spot, Liam. Who is your favorite coach that's standing next to you right now?
Probably after on the bench.
Oh, perfect. Thanks. I'm the only one standing next to you. Hey, so the way this is going to work is I can't hear you, but you can hear me. So I'll just read off of what you're saying, okay? So,
All right.
Liam, tell everybody what position do you play for your Squirt A team?
I play goalie.
And how is the Squirt A team doing this year?
Meh.
Have you
Not
played in
really.
any tournaments yet?
We played in a tournament, yeah. Grand Rapids.
Are you going to the Squirtacular or the Fargo Squirt International?
Oh, yeah.
Both of them?
I'm pretty sure.
And do you have pins ready to trade?
What?
Both those tournaments are pin trading tournaments. Have you done that before?
Yeah.
What do you think is your pin gonna be the best pin to get when you're at those tournaments?
Probably not.
Probably not.
It's,
What?
I think it's
who is your favorite goalie in the NHL?
I have 3.
You have 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Who are the
So,
3?
It'll probably be Fleury, Gustafson, and Price.
And who was the last one?
Price.
Price. Is he still playing?
I don't think
Okay.
so.
He was with Montreal, right?
Yeah.
So if we're to set you and your brother up on a breakaway contest, you're the goalie, he's the skater. He
Yep.
gets 10 shots. How many is he scoring on you?
I'll say about
You
3.
think he's going to score 3?
Yep.
Okay. Do you think those 3 are slap shots, or do you think he's deking you?
Probably 2 of them are slap shots, and then 1 would be a one-handed.
Okay. And what is one of your favorite things about the season so far?
It'll probably be probably the games and
The games?
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys have what? Do you guys have games this weekend?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, Liam, I appreciate you coming by here and talking with us. And I just want to make sure everybody heard that. You said I was your favorite coach that's standing next to you on the left. Is that correct? Perfect,
Yes.
thanks. And just remember, if you ever see a Ford Escape parked in your parking lot or spot out front,
Yeah.
just know that's me.
All right.
So we kind of have a mutual thing here that I'm allowed to park in your guys'
Yeah.
spot out there. Since you guys have a sign that
Sometimes.
says, just sometimes.
Yeah.
But just remember, if it's a Ford Escape, don't have it towed. Okay? Your mom knows already, all right?
Yeah.
And your dad. Okay?
Good.
Hey, thanks for. Oh, hold on. We're gonna let's talk to Jet Castro now, real quick. So now we're gonna ask Jet the question we asked Liam.
What's the question?
Jet, can you hear me amongst all that hair?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because I can't hear you. You can hear me. So the question that we asked Liam was, if you had 10 breakaways on Liam, how many of those 10 are you scoring?
All 10.
You're scoring all 10.
Yep.
I will put my money on it that he saves at least one.
Maybe one. I think I can score all
He
10
said
though.
you're only scoring 3.
3.
Jed, how is the Pee Wee A team going this year?
All right.
All right. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
What is your best memory or moment of the season so far?
I don't know.
Anything at all? How about like somewhere that you traveled to, an out-of-town tournament, jumping in the pool, going swimming at the tournament, staying out too late, eating pizza when you weren't supposed to?
Knee hockey was pretty fun with
playing
my team.
knee hockey in the tournament in the hallways when you probably weren't supposed to, but you still did, right?
Yeah.
There we go. All right, we're joined by the Castro family here. Hey, we got an understanding here that if you see a Ford Escape parked in the Castro parking spot out there, that's mine. Don't call the authorities to have it towed, okay? Your mom and dad already know this. All right?
All right.
Hey, Jet, Liam, thank you for joining us. We'll be back to the third period here in about 5 minutes. Thanks, guys.
Where are we at, Dylan? Honestly, though,
God, even the covers are cold. All right, welcome back, Knights fans. 17 minutes on the clock here. Knights are down 4-0. Gave up 4 goals in that first period. 29 shots on goal for the Trojans, 15 shots on goal for the Knights. Knights meeting over at their bench, taking on the number 2 team in the state here. Trojans are undefeated at 12-0-2 and ranked as the second team in the state.
Dylan, am I on? We got in the air tonight again coming on here, Jeff.
Puck drops into the Knights. Offensive zone it goes. Along the boards, dumped in. Ricochets off the backboard. Passed over, far side corner. Diagonal up, intercepted by Esterberg. He takes a shot. It goes off of a stick. Comes over to the near side corner. Trojans come out with it. Neutral ice. Dumped into the Knights. Defensive zone. Sutliff stops it there. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson sends it around. Far side. Makes it to the corner. Trojans with it. Back to the blue line. Far side. Shot there. Sutliff stick into the netting.
Well, got to get the puck on net. Got to try and get some rebounds. That would have been nice to get a shot out there. And said he hit his own teammate. But, again, a lot of positives going on from this game that no matter how it plays out, Jeff, we can take some of these things into the rest of the season.
So we drop the puck in the Knights' defensive zone. Kindred takes the faceoff. Cross sends it behind the net. Puck makes it behind the net again. Far side boards. Kindred sending it up there. Hernandez gets a stick on it. Out to neutral ice it comes. Wayzata passes it across. They bring it into the Knights' defensive zone. Pass over far side. Shot and knocked away by Sutliff. And it goes up.
We kept him to the outside. Shot, rebound there, and just swatted away. Even if it goes out of play, that's fine. That's what I was saying about everything needs to be hard. Everything hard in the D zone.
So change of skaters for the Knights. Antoine stepping in to take the face-off here. 16 minutes left in the period. Puck drops. Far side boards. Sent and saved by Sutliff. Puck drops again. Far side boards down to the corner. Cross there, fighting for it. Hands it off to Antoine. Sends it off the glass, up and out of the zone. Volkanot able to send it forward there. Swing and a miss by the Trojans, but they get it right back. Go behind their own net. Over to the near side boards, kept in by Antoine. Takes a shot. Deflects off. Trojans take it behind their own net, coming up near side, vertically up. Through neutral ice into the Knights' defensive zone. Pass across, broken up by the Knights. Braden Waller into the offensive zone, has it plucked away.
Deep. It's got to get deep.
Centered over, shot. Wide. Down to the near side corner, behind the net. Centered up, shot. Knocked away by Sutliff. Clark steps in there to grab that puck and take it away. Passed across from Monahan to Volkanot. Volkanot with a shot deflects away. Got 3 freshmen there for the Knights up the ice, and we're going to have a penalty here.
Volkanot's going to go for a trip. No matter who you play, when you're coming down on that 1-on-1, 2-on-2, the last thing you can do is turn it over at the blue. And especially when you're playing a team like Wayzata. So that turnover happens, then all the flurry that happened after that, that's just got to get behind their D, simplify the game, chip it behind him, and go get first touch. It's the same thing as carrying the puck across.
Kindred stepping in to take the faceoff for the Knights. They'll be on the penalty here for the next 2 minutes. Back up to the blue line. Trojans with it. Down the boards. Back to point. Pass back down. Intercepted by Hernandez. He dumps it down the ice. Alstead stops it there for the Trojans. Near side up and out through neutral ice into the Knights defensive zone. Near side along the boards, up to the point. Shot from there, knocked away by Sutliff. Backhanded in, but pushed away. Back up to the blue line. Near side, marching down towards that net. Shot goes off of his own player. Another shot knocked away by Sutliff, and he covers.
Nice save there by Sutliff.
1:23 left on that penalty here for the Knights.
You ever had a
Drop
bubbler,
in the
Jeff?
net.
These things are fantastic. I know people that these are their favorite drinks. This blue triple berry breezer bubbler.
Kids drink them all the time. Back up to the blue line. At point, pass Grove to the far side. Blue line far side, down the boards. Centered in. Pass across, near side, shot and goal. Looks like Sutliff almost had
It was
that.
almost like Sutliff purposely didn't want to get over there and just kind of went for the glove save. It seemed like a slow developing play that he could have pushed off and gotten all the way over there, but sure seemed like he had a glove on it.
Somehow it made it through his glove and came down and went in. So 13:57 left, period 3. Trojans go up 5-0. Puck drops. Dinius with it, his own defensive zone. Across the ice he sends it. Redirected by Lobitz, but taken back by the Trojans. Dumped into the Knights' defensive zone. Far side boards, and Lobitz went to send it down the ice, and it looks like it went off of someone in the bench, or part of the bench. So we'll drop it in the Knights' defensive zone here. Caleb Waller taking the faceoff for the Knights. Cross fighting for it there. Waller grabbing it, taking it around his net, throwing it up the boards. Kept in, however, by the Trojans. Knights able to clear it out to neutral ice. Trojans coming back in. We have an offsides. It's got our fourth line out there. Postema stepping in to take the face-off. Trojans bringing it in. Bateson keeping the pressure on. Bateson stops that puck. Gets it to Postema. Postema sends it up. Taken away by the Trojans. They turn, they spin. Center ice. Into the Knights' defensive zone. Met head on by Dinius. Took a headshot there. Bateson across center ice. Hands it off to Postema and dumped into the Knights' offensive zone. Erickson keeping the pressure on for the Knights. Passed over to the near side boards. Out to neutral ice it comes. Dumped into the Knights' offensive zone and a whistle. Have an icing. We'll dump it down. Drop it in the Knights' defensive zone now. Braden Waller stepping in to take the faceoff for the Knights. Puck drops. Makes it towards the net. Sutliff just had to knock it away there. Trojans behind the net. Try to do the wraparound. Puck's just sitting out there. Keep knocking away at it. Sutliff's just underneath that pile as he covered it. We reset the post. Braden Waller stepping in, takes the face off. Near side boards. Monahan keeping the pressure on there. Down to the near side corner. Clark. Trojans have it. Down to the corner they go. Towards the net. Back to the corner. Turn spin towards the center. Sent towards Sutliff. Looks like we're going to have a hooking.
I think Levi Antoine's going to go for a hook here. Not sure I agree with the call. Just looked like they're kind of battling. Another power play for Wayzata. The last time that happened, they scored on the back door, a little one-timer. Same unit out there, so see if they set up the same type of setup here. Finn D. St. Hubert, Hot Cuff, KD St. Hubert, Luke Miller, and Brooks Gangler.
Hernandez takes the face-off for the Knights. Back up to the blue line. Johnson just dumps it down the ice, backhanded. Alstead reaches out and stops it. Here come the Trojans up the ice, and Hogan stops it and dumps it right back in. And Hernandez just hustling down there, trying to see if he can keep the pressure on. Now Wayzata coming quickly up the ice into the Knights' defensive zone. Centered up, comes right towards the net. Puck sitting out there, shot still sitting out there in front of the net. Makes its way over to the corner, and now we have a whistle.
Somebody might have saved that with their rear end.
So 1:21 left on the penalty for the Knights at the 11:32 mark. .40 shots on goal so far for the Trojans, 17 shots on goal for the Knights. Caleb Waller stepping in to take the face-off here. Puck drops. Back out to the blue line for Wayzata. Sent down to the far side corner, behind the net. Towards the near side corner, up the boards. Couette gets a stick on it there for the Knights. Trojans come out with it. Towards the goal they come. It goes behind the net, does that puck, makes it over to the far side boards. Down to the corner, centered in, tried to get it to the backside there. 52 seconds left on that penalty towards the net. Pass over backside, shot knocked away by Sutliff. Shot from the backside again, knocked away by Sutliff. Back up to the blue line. Down the boards. Pass down the ice. Towards the net it went, and Sutliff covered it there, Ben.
Trying to work it down to that goal line and then hit Moldy there in the slot is what they're trying to do. Covered well by St. Michael.
So 33 seconds left on that penalty for the Knights. Kindred stepping in to take the face-off. Puck drops. Back up to the blue line. Pass across far side. Back to the near side. Down the ice.
Just
Centered
like
in.
that.
Shot. And it comes out. So Trojan reset here. 18 seconds left on that penalty for the Knights. Here they come back in. Near side. Making their way towards the net. Behind the net they go. Centered up. Shot wide. 9 seconds left on that penalty and counting. Down the ice it goes. Behind their own net go the Trojans. 1 second. Knights back at full strength. Dinius with it. Up the ice. He sends it for Braden Waller. Braden Waller into the offensive zone. Takes a shot and save by Alstead. So under 10 minutes to play, 9:59 exactly. We'll drop it in the Knights' offensive zone. Braden Waller stepping in to take the face-off. Puck drops off the near side boards. Stopped by Monahan at neutral ice. Knocked down into the Knights' defensive zone. Clark there for the Knights. It's making it towards the net and knocked away by Sutliff. Waller able to clear it out. Knights with 3 freshmen on the ice right at the moment. Broken up by one of those freshmen. Braden Waller passes across to another one. Volkanot got it to Antoine. Back up the ice. The blue line to Clark. Clark takes the shot. It bounces off of. Looked like it went off of Waller there. Behind the net it goes. Near side boards. Neutral ice into the Knights defensive zone. 2 freshmen on the defense there for the Knights. Keeping the pressure on. Centered in, broken up by Volkanot, and he dumps it down the ice. Icing call. 9:07. Drop the puck in the Knights defensive zone. Caleb Waller takes the face-off. Near side boards. Up to Esterberg. Neutral ice. Sends it off the boards down the ice. And Wayzata quickly dumps it back into the Knights defensive zone. Far side towards the center. Turned to spin. There was some contact there. Shot. Sutliff got big and it went past. Trojans with it. Their own defensive zone. Knights offensive zone. They controlled it. Up the ice they send it. Near side through neutral ice into the Knights defensive zone. Centered over. Broken up by Kuet. Behind the net. He sends it right to a Trojan who tries to center up. Stopped by Waller. Lovitz sends it down the ice. Icing. 8:22 left, period 3.
Kind of a slow-moving period here.
Drop the puck in the Knights defensive zone on the near side here. Kindred stepping in to take the face-off
See if
here.
we can get on the scoreboard, Jeff, here in the last 8.5 minutes. Get
Puck
to
drops.
22 shots and a goal here.
Near side, sent, saved by Sutliff. Kindred stepping in to take the face-off again. Puck drops. Trojans with it. The blue line. Sent from there. Goes off of a few players. Makes it over to the far side. And broken up by Dinius, who clears it out. Neutral ice. Dinius into the offensive zone. Dinius still with that puck. He dumps it down in hard. Hogan keeping the pressure on along with Hernandez. Hernandez chasing after it. Trojans with it. Far side. It goes off of a player. Dinius comes back with it. Dinius towards the net. Dinius gets tripped. No call. Kept in by the Knights. Kindred dumps it down to the corner. Both teams fighting for it there. Far side, it came up, redirected, and down the ice it goes. Sutliff.
That's kind of a ticky-tack call, to be honest. Certainly wasn't a cross-check.
So the Knights back into the penalty box.
I'd like to see that one over. I don't know if I agree with that one. Dylan, we got replay on this thing? Dylan says nope. We got to raise the budget for next year, Jeff. What do we got to do? Fundraise more? It looked
Fundraise
kind of
more and
ticky-tacky down in the corner.
Give
You're
Dylan,
up
Dylan some
5-0
freedom.
with 7.5 minutes to go.
Braden Waller taking the face off there. So from the blue line, Trojans with it. Far side, down to the corner, centered over, shot, deflected away. Far side corner, back up to the blue line. Pass across to the near side. Down, centered in.
That weak
Same
side
play.
wing's got to sink down.
Near side
There
boards.
you go.
Back up to point. Far side over. Into center. Same play they keep running.
If you watch that strong side wing goes out to the D. Our weak side wing's got to get back to the hash and work out. So they cover that guy in the slot there. Vulcan had picked up on it a little bit on that second half of that shift, but Waller was a little late getting over there. And they're going to sit a guy right in that little soft area, try and set up some 1T. So got to get a wing to drop down and cover that guy.
So puck drops and Clark sends it down the ice. Behind the net it goes. Hernandez keeping pressure on there. 1:12 left on that penalty for the Knights. Just inside the blue line, and Esterberg able to get a stick on it. Esterberg gets it, sends it down in front of Hernandez. Far side corner, pass across. Knights able to dump it in there. Taken back by Wayzata, vertically up and out through neutral ice into the Knights defensive zone. Pass over near side. From the blue line, they have it. Far side, marching over, pass to the backside, shot and saved by Sutliff. Caught that right in his armpit. 32 seconds left on that penalty for the Knights. Caleb Waller stepping in to take the face-off here. Puck drops, near side corner. Behind the net, passed over, far side boards. Down to the corner. Cross, delivers a check. Wayzata spinning back into the center, pass to the blue line. Shot, it goes off of Dinius. Back up to point. To the near side, marching towards the net. Shot, it went wide, 8 seconds left. Pass back over the near side. Knights back at full strength, centered in, shot.
That guy wide open.
Sutliff able to withstand that. It comes down to Erickson behind everyone. Erickson towards the net, shot, deflects off. Erickson keeping the pressure on there. Down the ice it comes. Intercepted by Lobitz. It took a shot in the head. Waller dumps it into the Knights. Offensive zone. Erickson hustling after it. Behind the net, keeping the pressure on. Knights able to get a stick on that. Trojans clearing it out. Into the Knights. Defensive zone and an offsides.
Well, we need 3 more shots, Jeff, like I said. And we need a goal. Let's get on the scoreboard. Let's get to 22 shots. A little game within a game here. Win the last 4.5 minutes to build for Saturday.
So the puck drops, makes it in the Knights defensive zone, near side corner. Up the boards it comes. Vokadoc comes out with it. Gets it up to Braden Waller, who dumps it into the offensive zone. Makes it behind the net. Alstead stops it there, hands it off to one of his players. It gets to the Knights at neutral ice. Trojans take it back. Backhanded up. Couette jumps in front of it. And Vokadoc ends up coming out with it. Braden Waller dumping into the offensive zone. Makes it away. Alstead again stops it again for the Trojans. Hands it off one more time. Knights become pesky there, and they get it knocked in towards the center, broken up by the Trojans. Into neutral ice, and the Knights stop it. Gets over to Kindred. Johnson chasing after it there. Behind the net it goes. Hernandez able to get a stick on that to stop it. It's in the far side corner towards the net. He comes centered up. Kept in at the blue line by Couette. Gets it over to Johnson, sends it down the corner. Makes it over to the far side corner. Comes back to Hernandez. He centers it over. And it clears out of the zone, so the Knights will have to reset here. Passed over and dumped in. Johnson racing over to get off Monahan onto the ice. Pass across to the near side into the Knights defensive zone. Makes it down to the corner. Centered up. Nobody there. Kindred with it. Tried passing it up. It got past. So Monahan with the puck. Sends it over the near side off the boards. Caleb Waller sent it forward. It goes right to a Trojan. Tries to dump it in. It went off of Clark. And now comes into the Knights defensive zone, but Monahan grabs it. Turns, spins. Vertical pass up to the near side, redirected by Esterberg. And we still get the icing call. 2:31 left, period 3. 19 shots on goal. We need those three more shots with that goal.
Here, 3 and a goal.
And that goal.
Here we go. Get up and go. 4 on 3 here.
Pass up. It went off of a stick and into the Trojan bench. So here we go. Puck drops.
Here we go, Jeff.
Waller comes out with it towards the net. Centers in. Broken up by the Trojans. Pass across. Neutral ice. Vertical up. Touched and down in they come. Near side corner. Behind the net to the far side corner. Trojans able to pass it over. Sent from there. Wrister. You can hear it knock off of the leg pads and sent down the ice for the icing call. 1:49 left in the period in game. 47 shots on goal for the Trojans, 19 shots on goal for the Knights. Antoine stepping in for the Knights to take that face off. Puck drops. Volkanot able to jump in and grab that. Sent it behind his own net to Cross. Cross tried to send it off the boards. One of the Trojans just stood there and took it. Back out to the blue line. Shot wide. Makes it to the near side. Centered in. Shot and goal.
We're not going to get to 22 shots, I don't think. I don't think we're going to score, but we did get to running time. I don't know if that's any good. But when you look back at this game right now, 2 goals in the first 35 seconds of the game, 2 goals late in the first period. You know, the Knights have held on and played tough all game. So the coaches got it. You're going to play Wayzata again, Minnetonka twice, Edina twice, Eden Prairie twice. You got to find something positive, or the kids are going to lose interest in playing hockey here in the next month. So take the positives away from this and get ready to play Eden Prairie on Saturday.
So near side corner, Erickson gets a stick out and he passes it up. Puck still sitting in the Knights' defensive zone. Behind the net it comes to the near side corner, goes off the referee. Blue line near side, goes off of Erickson. Postma able to get it and sends it down the ice. Bateson chasing after it for the Knights.
I think
icing
one thing
call.
I'd like to see them do Saturday is, I've said it today a few times, simplify the game, but work on getting pucks behind their D. Make it hard on the other team. We turn the puck over too much at the blue, too much at the red. Makes it so much easier on a team. You're giving gifts to a very talented team by making the game easy. You're coming in 3 and 9. You can't expect to skate up and down the ice with them, so you got to make the game hard for them. Simplify it, chip pucks deep, go to work.
So neutral ice is that puck. Trojans working it back into the Knights' defensive zone. Sent over by Sutliff to the far side boards. And dumped back in by the Trojans. 9 seconds left. Hernandez sending it down the ice. 5 seconds. And that is the game. Knights drop
Well,
on
Jeff,
6-0.
that was fun. We got to see the number 2 team in the state come in here. I believe we go to Eden Prairie on Saturday. Do we know our next home game? We got Buffalo coming up soon, I think. I don't know if that's home or on the road, but
no, you're right. That is coming up pretty quick.
The arena this month in February with Eden Prairie coming to town, Minnetonka, Edina.
Buffalo's next Tuesday and in Buffalo. And then Hopkins next Thursday in Hopkins. We appreciate all of you for watching tonight's broadcast. Eric Spence was our camera operator. Dylan Kiner is our executive producer. Larry Matheson's our spotlight operator. Kelly Story is our production assistant. Ben Monahan was on color for tonight's game, and I'm Jeff Story, voice of the Knights. Appreciate all of you Knights fans for everything you do to support Knights hockey. Knights drop one here 6-0. Back in Eden Prairie on Saturday. Another shot at it. Thanks for watching exclusive coverage of Knights hockey on the St. Michael Albertville Global Hockey Network.